What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Foreign Money channel. My name is Foreign, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the journey of becoming a successful or consistently profitable trader. So let's get straight into it. Now, this is a question that I get a lot, right? People always ask how long it took you to be profitable and things like what's the best strategy and all that stuff, which I'll cover in a different video. But today we're going to talk a little bit about my journey. So here's where it all started. I started trading in August of 2020, but I didn't start with Forex. I actually started with stocks. I was in love with the idea of being able to make money by just clicking a button, because I'd been praying to God, like, God, I wish there was some way to just make money by clicking a button. And I discovered trading. It just felt like a dream come true. And what essentially happened was I started studying stocks. I started studying, how to get into them, what platforms to use, things of that nature. But the challenge with stocks is that the amount of capital required to start was quite large. That was already a challenge. But the other thing too is that all the different things you had to research, because it was like I wasn't thinking of trading in the way that I do now in terms of scalping. I was looking at it in terms of like being like a day trader and worried about fundamental analysis and things of that nature.
Client who bought stock at 8 and it now sits at 16 and he's all happy.
And essentially my first trading experience was when the US government had announced, this was back in like God knows when, 2020, maybe 2020, like I said, during the pandemic, when the government had announced that they were going to give Kodak, the company that's known for making cameras and camera products, they were going to give them a $700 million like loan or boost or something like that. And they were going to give that to them to make products related to COVID. So I remember all the hype, everything going on, and I remember the morning like it was yesterday. I had put money into my account. I was sitting there at the chart. I could already see because I was using TD as the platform to trade with. And I remember looking at the pre-sales and all the stuff that was going on, like all the pre-market activity. And I remember being so nervous, so scared to my stomach. And at the time, I think Kodak was like, gosh, it might have been like $5, $6, maybe $7 at the time. It was really low for a stock. And I remember I loaded up like almost $1,000 worth of stocks on there. And essentially what had happened was as soon as the market hit, it started flying. 6, 7, 8. The numbers were going. I kept telling myself, okay, jump in, but I was too afraid. Jump in, I was too afraid. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, wait, 15, 20. Oh my God, 25, 30. This thing is soaring. I finally mustered up the strength and courage to hop into the trade when it hit $60 per stock. And as soon as I bought, guess what happened? Everything came crashing right down. And that was my first experience trading in the markets. And it taught me a lesson. It made me realize that fear has no place in trading.
But the Lord doesn't want us to fear. He said, fear not. Jesus said, fear not man. Fear not them that can destroy the body. Jesus said that over and over.
But we'll talk about that in a separate video. So long story short, I started off with stocks. I tried to trade. Eventually, I lost a lot of money. I was left with like $300 or $400 at the time because something like that. So I got washed. It was a bloodbath for me. And essentially, I just kind of took a step back. And I remember one day my wife came to me and she goes, babe, what's this? And she's showing me like MT4. I had no idea what it is. I'm like, what is that? She's like, well, this guy's making like, because the guy's actually from Canada as well.
W's in the shot.
He's like making so much money every day from this. I'm like, what is that? So I started doing research. Lo and behold, I came across Forex. So my Forex journey also started within the same month. And I became what you would call a full-blown Forex trader, or what we call a Forex junkie, because I started watching all these videos. The first video that I ever watched was by Adam Koo. Adam Koo gave a demonstration and a whole like free course as to what a pip is and how to trade and blah, 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 blah. Then eventually I came across that channel ATS. I forget their full name, but basically they had this like master pattern strategy, and I thought this was the golden ticket to profitability. And we all, when we're starting, see everything, and it's so amazing, and it's a beautiful stage to be in, to be quite honest. It just gets frustrating later on. But long story short, for the first year, I was trading personal accounts, blowing accounts, and not really, progressing. I was too scared to hold trades. I remember the first real money that I ever made was $40. I remember making $40 in like 5 minutes. And my wife and I, we were driving from where we are to the next city. It was like a 2-hour drive. And I remember feeling like Bill Gates. I felt like Elon Musk. I felt like, bro, this is it. I cracked the code. I got Pandora's box in my pocket, right? And you come to realize that it's not that simple. So fast forward 2020 started to August 2020 to about, let's say, 2021, I was trading. And at the end of that year, I decided to take a break, a year off. I took a year off. And so from 2021 or the end of 2021, all the way to the beginning of 2022, all the way to the beginning of 2023, I basically didn't trade. I took like a year off and did nothing and just gave myself some time to really settle in. But I knew that trading was for me. Fast forward, I came back in 2023 and I locked in. I just locked in. I started flipping accounts, taking, let's say, 50 to 200, or, $40 to like 180, or, $60 to like 300, whatever. I started flipping accounts because I told myself, a lot of people, what they do is that they keep adding money to their accounts. For me, I didn't burn that much money because I understood I don't have the skill. So I started, honing my craft and understanding that if I learn the skill, then it won't matter. So I decided, let me take a small amount to, a good amount. And then that will teach me, if I can do that like 3-4 times, that'll show me that I'm ready to trade. So I did this a couple times. I felt confident. I purchased my first challenge, which was with FTMO. I went with FTMO. The first stage around, I just hit break even, so I didn't fail the challenge. They gave me a retry. FTMO taught me a lot. It taught me risk management. It taught me discipline in so many different ways. And long story short, by about March, I got funded. I believe it was in March or so that I started getting funded, started getting payouts. I started doing a whole bunch of stuff. Basically, it took me about year 3 to see some consistency and to see some profitability. Now, it wasn't easy. I went through a lot of strategies. I went through some prop firm challenges. I went through a lot of different things, finding myself. I hear a lot of people say, oh, don't strategy hop, but I had to. Because the strategies I was using, they weren't for me. They weren't working for me. And people think, oh, every strategy works, so you can trade every strategy. It's true that every strategy works, but it's not every strategy that's for everybody. You have to find what makes you tick, what resonates with you, what works with your psychology and your pattern recognition. And that's eventually what I discovered. So eventually when I got that in year 3, I locked in some more. I failed a couple challenges like everybody else, but then I started passing some like everyone else. And what I started to realize is that trading was not about the strategy or even risk reward, even though those things are important. Trading was about a system. I started treating myself like I can't trust myself, so I would not touch the trades. I would walk away. I started setting a risk management of 1 to 2, no more chasing 1 to 8. I started minimizing a lot of different things, and as I refined my system, I started to see more money, more profits, and more everything. And that was basically my trading journey, which brings me to now. Right now, I have about 9 accounts that I currently am trading with. Some of them are challenges, some of them are funded. But the beauty in it is that I'm finally at a stage where I can say I'm making money from this whole trading thing. And I want to share this with you guys because the question always comes up as to how long it should take you to be profitable. Everybody's journey is different. I know, in fact, I was talking to somebody the other day, they've been trading longer than I have and they're still not profitable. And it's because when you do these things on your own, it's very difficult to correct the things that are wrong, right? Like, for example, I'm self-taught. And no, that's wrong. I'm not self-taught, I'm self-directed. And what that means is that I learned like everyone else from YouTube, and I had to trial and error hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours on the charts. And eventually I started to see progress, okay? So sometimes when you are struggling, there's some things you got to fix, but because you're by yourself, you don't know what to do. And that's why I offer a mentorship now. And it's not a get rich quick mentorship. I don't promise profits. I don't promise anything like that. We work on psychology, systems, and habits because that's what our new members are using, and they're all improving dramatically. Not just flipping accounts, they're passing their challenges and things of that nature, right? Because that's what you need. What you're going to make is going to depend on your risk appetite. But what I can do is help you correct or adjust the things that you're struggling with. So this is a bit of a shameless plug, but if you do want either a one-on-one call or you want to join the membership, it's super cheap. You can just go to my website at foreignmoneyx.com, check out the stuff there. Also, if you like what I'm wearing, this is my custom brand. I made this for myself. You could also check it out. It's either going to be down below in the YouTube store, or you can go to my website, like I said, and check it out. But basically, that was my journey. I went from trading in 2020 to becoming consistent and profitable in 2023, and now in 2024, I'm doing this for real. So it took me about 3 years. Okay, I don't want to count the year I took off out because I can easily say, well, it took me 2 years, but it's not true. The truth is that 1 year of clarity really helped me to understand. It's for some reason when I came back, my pattern recognition was on point. My understanding of the markets were different. Everything was changed. And I think for those of you guys who are at this for so long, maybe take a break. I think maybe sometimes we're just crunching too much information and our brain is not, like when you work out, right? The way that apparently the way we're taught is that when you tear a muscle, it's supposed to repair itself and get stronger, and that's what working out does. But if you're working out and you're not allowing the muscles to heal, you're actually losing progress, right? We need to give our brains and our minds some time to really settle in with the data, make it, a part of us, and then that way we can utilize that information that we've gained. So that's basically my story. Now, I didn't want to make this video too long because then I could have told you guys about where I really started. Like, those of you guys who watch my channel and been on my live streams, I've shared my story a little bit before, but my life has been rough to say the least. But by God's grace, we are where we are, and a lot of things have changed. But I didn't want to make this video about that. Maybe one day I'll do a full, like, my story. This is going to be like my trading journey, but one day I'll do like the story of Foreign, from start to finish, or from almost homeless to whatever I'll be at the time. Who knows? But until then, this is all I got for you guys right now. So let me know what you guys think about this. I would love to hear what your situations have been like. Let me know in the comment section below how long you've been trading and when you saw profitability, consistency, and if you're still on the journey or on the hunt for those things. As always, I love and appreciate each and every one of you guys. Don't forget to join the free Discord, follow me on Instagram, and like, share, comment, and subscribe. As always, guys, I will catch you on the next one.